Hello, my name is Krista Mullins, and I am a program consultant in the Office of Assessment and Accountability. I am pleased to be talking with you today about the Quality of School Climate and Safety Indicator. Quality of School Climate and Safety, or QSCS, is one of 6 state indicators in the accountability system. Today we are going to discuss the rationale behind the Quality of School Climate and Safety Survey, how it is constructed, scoring, accountability weight, where to find the data, and how that data might be used. Let's look at the rationale for the QSCS. In 2020, Senate Bill 158 amended the accountability system to include multiple meaningful measures for performance. The QSCS indicator uses perceptions from a survey to provide insight into the school environment. The history of the QSCS survey involved many stakeholders. The survey was created by Human Resources Research Organization, or HUMRO, with the assistance of students and other stakeholders, and it was tested for validity and reliability and field tested before implementation. How was the QSCS survey constructed? There are 2 forms, one for grades 3 through 5 and one for grades 6 through high school. Students in grade 9 and 12 do not take the survey. There is a modified version available for students on the alternate assessment. There are 2 constructs related to climate and safety, and students use a Likert response scale to indicate their agreement to statements. Copies of the survey questions for all forms and versions are available on the KDE Quality of School Climate and Safety webpage. How is the QSCS scored? Students are assigned scores of 0.00 for strongly disagree, 33.33 for disagree, 66.66 for agree, and 100.00 for strongly agree. They are averaged for each question to get a question score. The questions are then categorized into either climate or safety, and the scores are averaged into an index. The status score is the numerical value for the current year for a given indicator. Here you can see how the status score is calculated for each indicator. As previously stated, the status score for the QSCS is calculated by averaging the average score of the safety construct with the average score of the climate construct. Finding the status score is the first part of the process to find the overall score. As mentioned in the last slide, the 2 constructs that go into the status score are the safety construct score and the climate construct score. The average student scores for questions associated with safety are averaged again to create one safety construct score. The average student scores for questions associated with climate are averaged again to create one climate construct score. Together, they are averaged to yield the climate and safety status score. For example, if the safety construct average score was 52 and the climate construct average score was 60, the climate and safety status score would be 56. 52, which is the safety, plus 60, which was the climate, equals 112. 112 divided by 2, which is the safety and climate, equals 56. Here you can see the 5 status levels: very low, low, medium, high, and very high. When looking to determine the change scores, you will use the prior year's score as well as the status score from the current year. For example, if the 2022-2023 current status score is 62 and the prior status score from 2021-2022 was 52, you would take 62 minus 52, which would equal 10, our change score. There are 5 levels of change: declined significantly, declined, maintained, increased, and increased significantly. Now that we know the status score and the change score, we can determine the indicator score, which is used to determine the overall score. By using our previous example, we will take the current year status score of 62 and add that to the change score of 10, which will give us the indicator score of 72. While this table does not have the specific cut scores, it can give you an idea of what the indicator performance levels will look like. At the elementary, middle, and high school level, the quality of school climate and safety indicator is given a 4% weight. If for some reason a school does not have scores in a category, such as English learner progress, that percentage is proportionally redistributed among the other indicators, so the QSCS indicator would hold a little more weight than 4%. Using this example from elementary school, we can see how the overall score is calculated. The QSCS indicator portion of the formula is shown on this slide with the red oval. You can see that we will take the QSCS indicator score of 72 that we calculated earlier and will now multiply that by the weight of 0.04 or 4%. The weight came from the weight table that was shown earlier. The QSCS portion of the overall score formula after multiplying 72 by 0.04 would equal 2.88. Once you have calculated the other indicator scores and multiplied them by their weights, you can add each of these together to determine your overall score. For the QSCS indicator, the weight of 4% is the same at elementary, middle, and high school. Weights will be different for other indicators depending on the grade level. Ratings will be reported using a color-rated system from highest to lowest: blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. These ratings are based on weights approved by the Kentucky Board of Education, or KBE. How does this impact accountability? A common misconception is that the survey is for participation only, that if students just take the survey, the school automatically gets their 4%. However, survey responses matter. Positively affiliated scores generate a higher score for this indicator, and negatively affiliated scores will generate a lower score for this indicator. The scores then calculate into that 4% weight toward the overall performance rating. Where can I find the QSCS data? QSCS data can be found in the school report card, which is released publicly every fall. Once you are on this page, you can explore statewide data or search for your district or school. Once you have searched for your school, your page will look like this. Next, you will click on View Accountability Data as indicated by the red oval on this slide. After clicking View Accountability Data, you will see ratings for each area. Now click on Explore Data as indicated by a red oval on this slide. Once you have clicked Explore Data, it will bring you to this page. In the column on the left side, you will see Quality of School Climate and Safety Survey as indicated by the red oval. Once you have clicked on the Quality of School Climate and Safety Survey, you will be taken to a page that shows the indicator score. You can see the breakdown of responses by question by clicking on Elementary School as seen by the red oval. If your school is middle or high, then you would click on the tab that correlates to your school. By clicking on Index Scores, you can see the results for the Climate Index Scores and Safety Index Scores by demographics, gender, all students, etc.
The data are planned to be included in the spreadsheets for Quality Control Day and released to the public in the school report card. How can this data be used?
The QSCS survey scores weigh into accountability, but the data provided from survey responses can also be a valuable tool for districts and schools. This data, which correlates to student perception of school and learning environment, can help a school or district identify areas of needed growth or to implement school climate interventions. Maslow's hierarchy of needs has safety as the second priority of the base. If students don't feel safe, accepted, or included, it is more difficult for them to learn. Much like the way schools use academic data to plan interventions and next steps, the aggregate data from the QSCS survey can be used to create a more supportive learning environment. This concludes the Quality of School Climate and safety portion of the state accountability trainings. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us at 502-564-4394 or at dacinfo@education.ky.gov. Or you can email me directly at krista.mullins@education.ky.gov. Thank you for your time.